McLaren Racing CEO Zak Brown has hailed his team boss Andrea Stellar, stating at the recent Goodwood Festival of Speed that the Papaya squad wouldn't be where it is without the veteran Italian. Stella joined McLaren in 2015 and rose up the ranks to be performance director and then racing director, before landing the team boss role from 2023. He's since overseen its transformation to a front-running operation with a systematic engineering-led approach. One that Brown says has made a huge difference at Woking.
He's been critical to our success. He's an unbelievable leader. Really knows how to get the most out of everyone on the team, push them, give them feedback, give them support, and we wouldn't be where we are without Andrea Stellar.
Staying with McLaren, where ex-F1 driver Johnny Herbert says Lando Norris is dumping his mental baggage to prepare for the pressure cooker that is his title fight with teammate Oscar Piastri. Piastri leads Norris in the drivers' standings by just 8 points heading to Belgium, with 5 race wins to the Brits' 4, and both pilots showing moments of desperation in their campaigns. But Herbert says Norris has needed more time to mature than Mr. Cool Piastri, with more development to come as the pressure ramps up in the final 12 races through to Abu Dhabi. Lando, I think, is learning that he needs to properly dump some of the baggage that he has, which then gives him more space and more capacity to absorb all the pressure that's thrown at him, he said. Ex-F1 driver Jolyon Palmer says Lewis Hamilton has disappointed in the first half of his debut season with Ferrari, given it was billed as being the ultimate pairing with immediate title potential. The 7-time world champion joined the Scuderia last year on a $60 million annual salary. But a China sprint win has been the sole highlight. And Palmer told official podcast F1 Nation it must be called out for what it is, below expectations.
It's been disappointing, let's be honest. This is a Lewis Hamilton with Ferrari, the matchup that we were all hoping was going to be a chance for a title bid, and he's doesn't seem like he's anywhere near his best right now and in harmony with the car.
Staying with Ferrari, which could be set to take a leaf from rival McLaren's book, with the Red Squad considering whether to install an intermediate between team boss Frederic Vasseur and its top management. Top Squad McLaren have separated its CEO and team principal roles, with Zak Brown and Andrea Stellar fulfilling the tasks. And Ferrari is now allegedly considering the switch as well, according to Italian media Corriere dello Sport, in a bid to bridge the gap between the Scuderia and the brand's management that includes its CEO Benedetto Vigna and chairman John Elkann. Vasseur's 3-year contract with Ferrari is up at the end of the year, with the Frenchman under pressure following a tough season. Though the Red Squad tested modified rear suspension at a Mugello filming day last week, which could provide a real fix for its issues. F1 fans have enjoyed a sneak peek at Budapest's refreshed Hungaroring ahead of the milestone 40th Hungarian Grand Prix, which is scheduled for the weekend following Belgium. The track's redevelopment, which began in July last year, has focused on upgrading aging facilities rather than the track or layout, and includes a more modern paddock, main building, and grandstand. Alpine's Pierre Gasly has sidestepped rumors that Valtteri Bottas could replace his teammate Franco Colapinto this season, with the French ace stating he'd rather focus on the work ahead. Alpine is again rebuilding in the aftermath of more changes at the squad, with May seeing its team principal Oliver Oakes resign and Jack Doohan replaced by reserve Colapinto in quick succession. Renault CEO Luca De Meo resigned in July, leaving the project without its champion. But while Colapinto's drive looks to be at risk, with no points scored and qualifying crashes at Imola and Silverstone, Gasly said there will always be noise after an in-season driver switch, and that the squad must instead focus on what it's got to do. Bottas, though, spoke to official podcast Beyond the Grid in June about the potential for him to be involved at Enstone, fanning the flames.
Probably there has been some discussions. I haven't really been involved, but I do have a management team that were always at the background seeing what is out there. They do have a Mercedes power unit for the future, which I think is a good call. They're on their second driver this year, and I think the next races will show how that goes. Again, I think on a struggle street, let's say, experience can always help.
Williams team boss James Vowles says the squad has to make the most from what it has in the second half of the season, especially in qualifying, though he admits there is a small update coming for Belgium. Williams started the 2025 season with 5 double point scores from the opening 8 races, but has fallen away as its rivals added performance, with the British team long ago switched to 2026. But Vowles says the historic squad just has to focus on executing clean weekends in the season's second half, ensuring it's operationally sharp as it prepares for more success in seasons ahead.
We really have to do though is just make sure we capitalise on the car performance that we have available to us. There's still points that we can score between here to the end of the year. It's making sure that we execute the weekends cleanly and take every opportunity that comes towards us.
4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel has ruled out a return to the pinnacle of motorsport as a driver, stating that his time in F1 is finished and that at some point the time is ripe to leave the field to others. Vettel left Aston Martin and retired from F1 at the end of 2022, but flirted with a comeback in the years since. He's now put that idea firmly behind him, with rumors that he could replace Dr. Helmut Marko at Red Bull in managing the brand's junior team. The German is also considering a return to racing via a WEC drive, with the idea of sharing a car and responsibilities totally exciting. Vettel tested Porsche's 963 WEC hypercar last year at Spain's Motorland Aragon circuit, where he completed almost 2 Grand Prix distances with no problems, despite the obvious differences to F1.
It's a totally new experience. It's a closed car, first time with a roof. and it's also a new track, so there's also that element, but mostly it's getting familiar with all the tools in the car, with the steering wheel, how the car responds, how the car behaves. Obviously the weight is a big difference. So yeah, you quickly figure out it's a different animal, but then once you start to get in the rhythm, it's quite nice to get on top of things and try to squeeze out a little bit more.
McLaren's Pau Oward has kept his slim IndyCar title dreams alive with a surprise victory on the streets of Toronto, Canada, after his team rolled the dice on strategy in a caution-filled race. Oward, who is 99 points behind leader Chip Ganassi's Alex Palou with 4 rounds remaining, started 10th, but made an early stop on lap 3 as part of a winning 3-stop strategy, in a race that featured crashes galore and finished under caution. It was Oward's second win in 3 races and his first in Toronto, as the sport moves this week to classic Californian track Laguna Seca.
I can't say I saw this one coming today, but I was feeling so good on the prime tire all weekend, really. We were just struggling a bit to just get the alternate to work in qualifying, and sadly that's the one you need to transfer. But I knew I had a great car under me to race with, and the guys nailed it on the strategy.
Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.